Down she goes. Let's head to the next. We'll now move over to Xander Schauffele.
Yeah, he needs to press on that gas pedal. He's 2 stroke.
And there it goes from the sand. And after this hole, that's how it looks. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. The 15th, Rich, a very good par 4. Although, if you're Victor Hovland, maybe the fairway's not in your line of sight.
It's a great par 4, and yet there's some players that have seen it a little bit differently lately. I always saw it as a dogleg from left to right, just avoid that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. And this is an interesting green. It's got a high spot on the left, and it's got a low middle section and a high section on the right-hand side, and you never have a flat putt. It is always breaking one direction or another, and it's either straight uphill or straight downhill. This is the most difficult green on the golf course by a long margin. If you see it differently, you can hit it down the right, down 17 fairway, but I fail to see how that's any kind of advantage.
Nicely done. Now heading over to Xander Schauffele.
He's 2 strokes behind his rival this week.
Let's catch up with the current proceedings. Let's see if we can make this big putt for birdie. Ooh. No, that's too bad. This is a par putt. Yeah, well hold. Let's move on to the next. He's currently tied for 15th. The 16th at Riviera Ridge is the last chance to get amongst the birdies on a par 3.
A breathtaking short par 3, 166, an island green surrounded by bunkers.
Going with the 6-iron here. Oh, absolutely flushed. Trying to get to 2 under with this putt.
This is their look at birdie.
Just didn't drop. This putt just 5 feet away from the hole.
These are on rails, looking good.
Yeah, nicely holed. He's in a share of 15th. The last genuine scoring hole at Riviera is certainly this par 5 17th.
Any hopes of getting it home in 2, you better come up with something special off the tee and make sure to avoid the bunker on the right-hand side.
Yeah, that one will play. That swing didn't deserve a good reward. This should head into the rough. Sitting at 1 under. This is beautiful to watch.
It's amazing to see how good this player is in full flow.
This putt is for a spot inside the top 10. Mark it down. That's birdie number 5. And with it, he'll move to a couple under par. He's currently in a share of 6th. One of the most famous finishing holes on the PGA Tour, Rich. This 18th at Riviera is a classic.
Aim for the palm trees in the distance, which are located just on the left-hand side of the green. A good tee shot there will set up an awesome looking second.
Do you like the view from where you're standing, Henny?
Yeah, he's got 190 all the way back here.
Opting for the 6-iron. Now that looked pretty good the whole way.
Made birdie on the last, looking for a second in a row here.
It was on a good line. Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hole. An opportunity to make their par. A good stroke. And with that, this round comes to a close. Well, that's a shame. Off to a great start, but ultimately they blew it.
They did. It was, they had everything going in the front nine, and all of a sudden they make the turn, and where does it go? Right down the toilet.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. I'm Luke Elvey, and on behalf... Pga Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Here we are at the Genesis Invitational, one of the top events each year on the schedule. Today's coverage is about to start. Pleased you could join us for this final round action. Luke Elvey here with Rich Beam in the booth, and Rich, it's the final round in this one. What's our next player dealing with as they start their round?
In the top 10, but let's face it, I think they're a little bit too far behind the leaders. However, a stumble from the leaders and a good final push from this player, gotta say, it's possible.
Oh, I'm fired up too, Rich. Let's see how this one plays out.
What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Honestly, guys, I stopped counting at 40 feet. This is way out.
Well, it's a bit disappointing.
Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. Well played.
I can't ever recall him making a birdie and feeling bad about it. So yes, birdie on the first, great job.
Finds himself in a share of 7th. Welcome to this hole. It's a par 4.
I've never seen a golf course where you're so happy to start off birdie bogey. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen. The second hole, pretty straight away off the tee shot. The second shot moves a little bit from left to right, back up the hill. There is some space on the right-hand side to miss your second shot up by the green, but there's no guarantees that it'll kick hard enough right to left to get back on the green. It's a sensational second hole.
What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Now he's eyeing up around 160 here. He really got that one out there. Fantastic drive. All right, we're going with an extra club here.
You like that, didn't you?
Henny's down there. You got a read?
Yeah, they've left it in the perfect spot here, just below the hole. They can be aggressive up the hill.
That's frustrating. If you can make this one, it's for par. The putt drops, and we're moving on. He finds himself tied for 6th. Here we are at the 3rd. The tee is yours. And after a par at the last, a chance to perhaps signal some intent. Oh, that's piped. That's heading down the runway. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Yeah, he's got roughly 110 to the pin here. Wow, that drive, incredible stuff. Over 300 yards. Huh.
Going with the 9-iron, I think. Yeah, that one's looking good. Outstanding approach shot.
Luke, nothing gets past you. Yes, this kid is a stud.
A birdie putt awaits.
So far, so good.
Oh, so close. Par putt coming up here. Now that's got to be frustrating. Hit such a great approach shot in, but wasn't able to convert. Let's see what happens here on the 4th.
This is a spectacular par 3. Ideally, players want to hit a tee shot that moves significantly from right to left and moving with the contour of the green. If they can do that, then they've got an opportunity to hit it really close. If they challenge the pin off the tee shot, well, it could come up short in that bunker, and that is a massive no-no.
Trying to get it to 4 under with this putt.
Can you hear those tweets? This is what they have left for birdie here.
That'll sting a bit. 9 feet to the cup. Okay, steady now. And this next putt, it's for bogey. Trailing by 6 shots after that hole. You've arrived at a par 4.
The fairway does run out about 310 yards off the tee, and players not necessarily going to hit driver here. They have to be mindful that the fairway pitches significantly from right to left on their tee shot. From there, they're hitting their second shots downhill again to a green that chases away from them front to back. Again, a simple looking second shot, but a difficult one to get close.
Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. And here we are with the 3rd shot. Six feet remaining to the cup. Ah, that's a tad upsetting.
Putting for a bogey.
Just can't seem to get off the bogey train here, Rich.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Have to see if they can rebound from that.
Unfortunately, moving down the leaderboard, that's not the direction to be heading.
Here we are at the 6th hole.
What an incredible design this is, and it really just takes this green and it makes it into a section of 4. The back right, the front right, front left, and back left, they all have their unique features to it, and that all is due to the simple fact that that bunker, which is tiny, minuscule, almost not even there, it basically shapes that green into the 4 quadrants. It is just an amazing design.
He seems to have all the wind in his sails and maximum confidence out today against Xander Schauffele. I think Xander didn't really know what he was getting himself in for after that shot.
Well, what a way to bounce back. Nice putt to hole. And that will take him to 2 under. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Time to see what this par 4 has in store.
The fairway bunker down the left-hand side comes in quicker than you can imagine, and so players want to try and hit it out towards the far right part of it. But again, you push it a little bit, and now the barranca comes into play. If you find the fairway, happy days. This green is probably one of the most severe tilted from back to front. Players need to make sure their second shots land past this hole in order for it to come back down towards the hole. You will have a downhill putt, but it's better than coming up short.
This one should find the rough. Henny, how's that ball lying?
Yeah, this is sitting up nicely. It's not going to cause any troubles.
This one looks like it's going left. This would be a great up and down. Wow. Oh, that almost went in. Oh, I like the look of that shot there, Beamer.
Gotta say, his short game is phenomenal.
That's a good putt to make, that one. Trailing by 7 after that hole. This hole's a tough two-shotter, a long par 4. That's not what they hoped for. I'm definite about that. And what's in front of them there, Henny?
Yeah, fair amount of elevation here. They're going to have to be careful that they club up because you do not want to be short.
Still a chance to attack this hole from the first cut. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
This one will run uphill.
This has eyes for the hole. Well, nice to drop a putt of that length. Well done. Now 7 shots behind after that. It's time to begin this par 4 hole.
Only the big hitters are going to be able to carry that fairway bunker down the left-hand side. Most players are going to try and avoid it and even miss it the fairway out to the right-hand side, which is not a bad miss. From there, the second shot is directly uphill. Deep, deep bunkers on the front right part of this. That is not the place to miss it. Anything that's a little bit long will leave you a downhill putt, but that's the safe play.
And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
Setting up here from about 175 yards. Launched that one into space. Wow.
Going with the 7. This is from miles away.
Little birdie look in here.
Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. Anytime you can make these putts, they'll certainly add up at the end of the day. Right on 8 feet. It's on a good line. How did that miss?
Just a short putt remaining here. Well, Rich, as we make the turn to the back nine, what are your thoughts so far?
Well, Luke, it's been fun watching this player duke it out with their rival.